hungry for it, man. You know I gotta get it. I hit the ground running. You know I gotta get it. I see that money coming. You know I gotta get it. I gotta get it, gotta get it. Yeah, I gotta get it. Whatever's necessary. You know I gotta get it. Bullshit is secondary. You know I gotta get it. They say we legendary. You know I gotta get it. I gotta get it, gotta get it. Yeah, I gotta get it.
What up, what up? It's your homeboy Maal The Pimp, aka MTP, and welcome to another special edition of the Pimpoholic TV podcast. I got a very special guest in here, man. This guy right here, the group that he was a part of, man, I grew up listening to these dudes, man. Notorious group out of the West Coast, you know, I grew up on them. So it's a real honor to have this guy in the building, man. I'm talking about one of the co-founders of the hip-hop legendary West Coast group, COMPTON'S Most Wanted. I'm talking about The Chill. Welcome to Pimpoholic TV, and how you doing, bro?
And what's up with you? And thanks for having me, man. What's going on? What's good?
Man,
what's good?
Thanks for tuning in, OG. I really appreciate that, bro, for real. You tap in all the way from LA right now. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, it's an honor, bro. It's an honor, man. So let's go back to the beginning, man. Grew up in Compton, right?
Yes, indeed. Born and raised.
Born and raised. Just speak on life growing up in Compton, before the music and all that. Like, what was your upbringing?
You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a heavy music influenced house. You know what I mean? My pops was one of those dudes that was listening to a lot of jazz records as well as a lot of soul records. And, you know, back in them days, you know, you can go to the park and, you know, the old man is out there drinking beer, smoking weed, and beating on bongos and congos and tamarines and different stuff like that. So my pops was one of them type of cats. I also had uncles that played in a band. 5 uncles had a 5-piece band. So all the barbecues and, you know, just regular days at the house, they had their equipment hooked up and they in there jamming for the latest, you know, the hottest jam at the time. So, you know, and then moms with church, you know what I mean, going to church and, you know, being in the choir, end up being a drummer for the church, you know, at one point. You know, all of that music influenced stuff, it kind of shaped and molded an outlet for me. You know what I mean? Because in the streets, it was gang banging, it was dope dealing, it was dope smoking, it was, you know, a lot of crime in the city. You know what I mean? A lot of, you know, struggle in the city. You know what I mean? So the music around me was kind of my outlet. That's how it was for me growing up.
Okay. So with that being said, like, when did you know I want to kind of start trying to pursue this? What year, or what was the incident that led you, made you say, you know, let me start trying to get my feet wet? What was it?
You know, all through school, junior high, high school, you know, I was, you know, we used to listen to EPMD and, you know, KRS-One and all of that type of stuff. And, you know, we used to mimic all of their raps. You know what I mean? And, you know, we had that hip hop lifestyle. Come to school with the bomber coat on. So we felt like Run DMC. We felt like the Fat Boys, but from the West Coast. MC Ren from NWA, he used to be across the street from my house all the time. And I think they had NWA and the Posse out that first
right.
Boyz N Da Hood.
Yeah.
Dope man and all that. And I kind of seen it. Like, damn, Ren doing it. I could do it too. And I also was getting that motivation and encouragement from him. I used to sit on the porch, try to write rap. And he'd be like, man, keep writing, man, keep writing. You know, y'all dudes gonna make it one day. Keep writing. He was one of them type of dudes. And then when the timing was right, you know, he took us around the corner, which I didn't know Easy stayed that close to my mama's house. Took us around there and the whole crew was there. Dude, Gray, everybody. And me and Eiht, we just looking at it. We see success in our face, in our city, where we come from. This rough, struggling ass place. These people have succeeded with what they doing. NWA. So E was like, man, y'all niggas hard. Y'all just need to write some more rap. Y'all need to go to the studio. We like, I don't know where no studio at. We kids. You know what I mean? He gave us the number to Lonzo. You know what I mean? For those that seen the NWA movie.
Yeah.
Lonzo record. You know what I mean? Gave us that number and we called with Gardena to his house. And he had a big studio in the backyard. And that's where we met DJ Slipman. We were doing the compilation. At that moment, I knew this was serious. You know what I mean? And that's when we started taking it a little bit more serious and, really penning some shit and, finding ourselves in music, you know what I mean? And from there, man, we just grew.
So how did you meet MC Eiht? What's the history with you and him? How did y'all come together?
That's a crazy story. Like I just mentioned, church, and in Compton, it's not that big. It's big enough, but not that big. You'll run across somebody at one point in time. And his cousin and my auntie, they call themselves working out or whatever. They used to be at that Compton College, walking around the track. Me and Eiht, like them little rebellious ass kids, like I ain't gonna be walking with them around, on no track or whatever. So we'll sit on the bleachers, and recite, Rakim and, UTFO raps and, I mean, like, what school you go to? And, man, I go here, man. I'm like, it's cool at my school, man. You should come where I'm at. You know what I mean? So he came to my school, Hamilton, junior high in Longview. And
I got to give a shout out to my sponsor, the Chattanooga Cigar Club. Again, the Chattanooga Cigar Club. Let me tell you all about the Chattanooga Cigar Club. The Chattanooga Cigar Club is Chattanooga's premier cigar and hookah lounge, open Thursday through Sunday, with ladies free on Friday and live music up until 10 o'clock. Keep in mind, you can also rent the building for your own events from Sunday through Wednesday. Shout out to my guys D. Scott and Kurt at the Chattanooga Cigar Club. For more information, log on to ChattanoogaCigarClub.com. Again, salute to my sponsor, the Chattanooga Cigar Club. Much love. Yeah.
We just got closer, you know what I'm saying? Just got closer with the rapping. And of course, you know what I'm saying? We start going over to the church and we hang out. I'll go over his house. He come over my house. And then, we got to teenage years, 16, 17 years old. Now it was like we on our own, we built that brotherhood. We staying at girls' house and motels and hanging out and doing all that type of shit. We got closer. Once we got the Lonzos and started making records, we was together daily after that. You know what I mean?
So, COMPTON'S Most Wanted. How did the group come together? Give us that story right there, because I've never heard it. I just saw y'all. I grew up on y'all, but I never knew how did the group actually form.
That's like I just said about when we went to Easy. They had the NWA.
Right.
We always liked the EMD. We liked the BDP. These groups with these letters, big bold letters, Run DMC.
Right.
You know what I mean? We always liked that. You know what I mean? So we were sitting up, like I say, we probably was like 15 years old. We sitting up in the apartment. Some little girlfriends we had. They mama let us kick it all the time. We over there chilling. We like, man, we need a name to our group. We'll spit out corny shit, CHN. I'll be like, what that mean? Compton hardest niggas. You know what I mean? Just letters, you know what I mean? And, after an hour in a good joint back in the days, America's Most Wanted was playing on the TV, but it was turned down. He looked at it and he was like, Compton's Most Wanted. And I turned around and looked at the TV and I was like, CMW. He said, yeah. Compton's Most Wanted. I said, yeah, but we use the letter CMW. So we started down to the swap meet, started getting T-shirts made, hats, you know what I mean? We CMW, Compton's Most Wanted. Now, what it stands for is, we want it for these flows. We want it for these dudes. We are, they want it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't want it like we want it for something. We want it because, we Compton's Most Wanted. They want it. You know what I mean? They want this gang. That's what we was on.
What's up? I got to give a special shout out to my sponsor, the M Group LLC. Let me tell y'all about the M Group LLC. The M Group LLC is an independent distribution company that offers essential services such as internet, home security, energy, identity protection, wireless, and more. Secure your homes and businesses. Get a free consultation from my homegirl, Miss Nori. Email the mgroupllc@gmail.com to schedule your appointment. You can also visit www.isnorinori.com. Click the services tab to check out all the deals that they offer. Salute to my sponsor, the M Group LLC. Much love. Y'all go check them out. Yeah.
Gotcha. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, even to the names, you know what I mean? He was like, I used to have this old 38 duct tape around it. You know what I mean? And I was like, your name gonna be 38. I said that. You know what I mean? He said, your name gonna be Chill MC, because he used to be chilling. It was just a chill. You know what I mean? And he was like, I'm gonna take the 30 off, but I'm just gonna be 8. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, but spell it different. We sit up thinking, and he like, Eiht, experienced on hardcore thumping. I'm like, that's Eiht.
Okay.
So people like, how an MC name with no G in it? It stands for something. Experience in hardcore thumping. And then he's an MC, so he put the MC on it, MC Eiht. And he say, you gonna be the chill MC. I was always chilling. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be the chill MC. And that's who he is. Compton's Most Wanted.
All right. Nice backstory. I like that. I like that. All right. Let's talk about the debut album. It's a Compton thing. You feel me? Was that released independently or did y'all have a deal?
It was independent. We had a deal with Chaz Hayes over at EMI. It was independent with a major distribution.
Okay.
Capital was distributed.
Okay.
And you know, that all come from that trip we took to Lonzo. Okay. You know what I mean? And we met DJ Slip and we ended up doing Rhyme Too Funky on the Compton compilation. Then we met a cat by the name of DJ Unknown, another legend in our section. You know what I mean? With the techno hop, and he put out King T, You Better Bring It Down. He put out Ice T, 6 in the morning. You know, the legendary. We Compton in the house. That's him. You know what I mean? He gave us a deal for like a single. You know what I mean? Like a maxi single to test the street. And we had a little cassette tape going around. You know, big bold letter CMW with the red and green block. Kind of looked like Run DMC. It was This Is Compton. I Give Up Nothing and Give It Up on that tape. And from that tape, Lonzo signed us to a deal to his production company, Big Beat Records. Okay. He got a deal with Chaz Hayes, EMI, and they had distribution through Capital. Okay. So we started working on the album. Me, Eiht, DJ Slip, and Unknown. You know, it's a Compton thing. We working on the album, and the situation landed over there. And, you know, it was 1988, 1989, it's the Compton thing was born. Whole album.
Okay, well, I did some research. I see you missed half the recording of the album because you got locked up.
Yeah. You know, that was from taking it serious, but not taking it serious. Like, you know, I just want the bust. I just want the rap. You know what I mean? But I was a street nigga, you know what I'm saying? I used to be in the streets, you know what I mean? In the Compton, you know, either you gonna be the dude getting chased home or the dude chasing motherfuckers home, you know what I mean? So, you know, I was straddling on the bench, you know what I mean? I'll be in the hood rich, rapping, you know what I mean? But I'll also be in the studio really rapping, and this is a real job. Right. As well as these streets is a real job too. Yeah. You can't do both. You know what I mean?
You can't.
So the same night we recorded the Duck Stick, I left the studio and jumped in a G-Ride, stole a car. You know what I mean? And I'm rolling, you know, feeling good. You know what I mean? Supposed to be meeting Eiht and my other partner over Eiht House. I'm in the street, late night. We just did a hard ass song. Police blurred me and they got me. You know what I mean? For riding around in that stolen car. Unknown, he got me out of there. You know what I mean? Bailed me out and everything, probably like about a week or two later. But the result was I had to do, you know what I'm saying, a county lid or something like that. 8 months back then. That's why I'm not on all the songs on the album. You know what I mean? Because I missed a lot of, while we was working on the album, I got blurped up. You know what I mean? When I came home, you know, we was working on, you know, John Singleton, he had posted for the Boyz N Da Hood movie shit. And we did Growing Up in the Hood. And I did the studio shit and all of that. But the day before we were shooting the video, I got blurped up again. You know what I mean? Probation violation. You know what I mean? So I'm on the song, Growing Up in the Hood. I'm in the movie, the whole thing, you know what I mean? But day before the video, blurped up. That's why Eiht doing my part on the video. You know what I mean? That's actually 4. Okay. Doing my part on the video. You know what I mean? But I'm on the actual song. And that song is on our second album too, Straight Checklist. And you see I ain't on nothing but just that one song.
We're finna get to that. We're gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. When it comes to Boyz N Da Hood, man, blockbuster movie, bro, I think that set the tone for like urban urban street classics, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we had nothing like that before that. Maybe New Jack City was out, but that was the first thing of that right there. So like, all right, y'all on the set of Boyz N Da Hood, the movie, the soundtrack. Like, man, what's the whole experience like? And two questions. What was the whole experience like? And then Boyz N Da Hood, what it became. Did you see that coming when y'all was actually participating in that shit?
I didn't see nothing. I just knew that we was a part of something big when it comes to that Boyz N Da Hood situation. It was a big movie situation. You know what I mean? You know, you had Cube there. You know, King T was running around there. You know, a lot of different dudes that we looked up to, and you know, dude asking us to be in the movie, that made us factors, you know what I mean, for everybody that was around, you know what I mean? There was a lot of people. We used to be on Crenshaw Lowride, and to actually be a factor on Crenshaw was a highlight, you know what I mean? So it was a big ordeal, you know what I mean? Needless to say, I was still straddling, so, you know, I believe, you know, the night that we recorded growing up in the hood, it took me probably 4 hours to do my vocals. You know what I mean? I fucking around, got hammered, drinking, had some homies at the studio. You know what I mean? I was tripping. You know what I mean? Eiht knocked his down like that. It was that serious for him. For me, I'm like, we having fun. We doing something that's dope. We, you know, partying. You know what I mean? And needless to say, I had the time of my life, but I couldn't carry it out because, you know, I ended up getting locked up, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? But I know what that come from. I know what that was about, but I wish that, you know, that I was around to carry out the whole situation because maybe life would be different. But I don't have regret of how I ended up now. You know what I mean? So yeah, that to answer your question, you know what I mean, or at least one of your questions, it was a good time around there. It was a lot of good music. It was a lot of, you know, cultural things to do for the low riding, you know what I mean, on the West Coast, on Crenshaw, palm trees everywhere, beautiful women. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was a dope era that time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad to be a part of that.
I had my guy JD from the Lynch Mob. I had him on here a few months ago, and I asked him the same question, man. What was the experience like on the set of Boyz N Da Hood? He brought your name up. He's like, man, he said I was on the set. Wow, I was tripping on Regina King. I'm trying to holler at Nia Long. I'm doing this. John Singleton telling Ice Cube to tell me chill out. He was like, it was me, Shawty from the Lynch Mob, the chill from COMPTON'S Most Wanted. Yo, man, who was always just doing this and that? He said, man, it was a bomb, man, it was some bomb ass shit, man. I loved it, bro. You feel me? So this is what he's saying. You feel me? He brought your name up when I asked him that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he asked you what was the experience on the set. Yeah, you did. Yeah, man.
Man, shout out to my big bro JD from the Lynch Mob, man.
That's my guy.
Proud of that dude. Yeah, that's my guy. Boy, man. You know, I still got friends from 30 years plus, and I don't call them our motherfucking friends. JD is definitely one of my good friends. You know what I mean? I consider him a brother. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I've been knowing JD that long, you know what I mean? To where we was young and wild, man. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's pretty much said that. He said that.
yeah, we was young and wild. Like he probably was trying to pop at them. You know what I'm saying? But I probably wasn't paying attention because we was trying to pop at him too. You know what I'm saying? But I remember something the last night of the shoot. I don't know if it was the Crenshaw scene or over by the house when they killed Ricky, but Yo had a party at her apartment. You know what I'm saying? And we all went to her apartment and kicked it. And that was a pretty wild night. Not saying that we just did a whole bunch of crazy shit, but for justice, we was drinking like a motherfucker, throwing up and partying and dancing. You know what I'm saying? But you know, yeah, that was, like I said, that was a dope ass era. We was
right.
Motherfucker.
Right. This is
Compton kids. You know what I mean? Like South Central Compton kids with a couple of dollars in their pocket, riding around in some Cutlass and Regals and shit. We was definitely hood rich. It was all eyes on us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, JD hit it on the nose.
He did, bro. He did. Now you end up doing a 3-year prison sentence, and during this time, 91, the group album Straight Checking comes out, and then also 92, Music to Drive By, and you missed both of those because of the prison sentence. So I'm bringing it up to say this, like, man, explain, like, especially for these youngsters, man. Once you're in that position right there, and to go to jail while you're famous. You follow what I'm saying? Or to go to jail while you got motion. Like, what's that whole feeling, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's the worst feeling on earth, and I still live with it to this day. For the simple fact that I have no regret for how I am today.
Right.
But I wish I could experience that. I've experienced a whole lot, but that's a certain chunk of my life that I can't get back. And to add to that, at that time, I was doing so much, you know what I mean? Like on planes and boats, state to state. You know what I mean? We out in your town partying. We all through the South partying. You know what I'm saying? We all on the East Coast partying. You know what I'm saying? And people really rocking with us. So to go back to that, like I said, I was struggling, man. I was still dealing with the streets and dealing with the profession. So to go back to that, I had to dummy myself down. And when I say dummy myself down, it's because people don't understand this lifestyle when you just living in the ghetto, just doing ghetto shit every day, all day. You know what I mean? So I had to dummy myself down and be with every idiot in Los Angeles, Compton, Long Beach, Linwood, Watts, South Central, Inglewood. You know what I'm saying? Every idiot that got in trouble. So there's no way my conversation is matching their conversation. I know how to get in their conversation, but I surpassed that. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, the feeling was just like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to get back in gangbang mode, and I'm trying to get away from that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be more professional, you know what I mean, and be more approachable, you know what I'm saying? But this type of shit right here got me with my chest poked out. I got to be all the way turned up on my gangbang shit because I can't show no signs of weakness, and it just ain't me. You know what I mean? So to dummy myself down back to that, I still live with that today. It's really kind of mental, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was depressing, bro. It was depressing. That's the best word to use for it was depression to, be coming from these 5-star hotels and these, flights and getting money and rocking stages for, millions of people or whatever, and everybody know the words to your shit to going to prison, you know what I mean? And niggas just know you can kill from trying Newport, you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, nigga, you got a gang of store, and oh, can he fight? And, all that old type of shit, you know what I mean? So, very depressed.
So with that being said, man, because I see a lot of these artists doing this shit now, like, and you're a little older than me, but I come from your era, so I'm cut from that cloth too. So now I look at I try to tell some of these young niggas in the city, bro, like, man, rapping it and doing it is two different things, man. Like, once you get to a certain level, that shit is over, bro. Unless somebody test your manhood. But otherwise, man, the street credibility of trying to live up to what you're saying so your lyrics can match your lifestyle, that's outdated, homie. You feel what I'm saying? But back in our era, if you was talking like that, your resume had to match up to what you were saying. You follow what I'm saying? Now that don't matter. You dig what I'm saying? So like, in your mind, how important is street credibility now?
Yeah, I think what it is, is people, back in our days, man, we before the internet. You know what I mean? So we actually get exposed. You know what I mean? Or a person to get exposed. You know what I mean? Nowadays, people can put on this persona. You know what I mean? These filters. You know what I mean? You could be whoever you want to be online somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it gets to a point to where they start believing it. You know what I mean? And it's more money in the game now than when I was a young man.
Yeah.
So, these cats have never experienced a lot of the shit that we had to go through. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers don't know what it feels like to get a busted nose or a busted eye or, get a gun thrown down or actually hear bullets passing your ears. You know what I mean? Or actually getting jumped, like put in a position where you got to fight.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So these cats, they got a lot of money, so they got a lot of big guns that they can't shoot. You know what I mean? And, they ain't even cut from that cloth. They don't want to do no squabbing. They don't want to do no fighting because they don't want to get embarrassed by the broad that's on Instagram twerking and all that shit or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he got so viral, he got knocked out on Instagram. You know what I mean? They embarrassed. So they got a gang of guns and they own a gang of drugs. They're incoherent. They just do shit. You know what I mean? Not knowing that technology is so vivid these days that you done shot somebody, you you might as well consider yourself dead too because you told on it. One, you're gonna go straight to the ground with it. For two, it's cameras everywhere. You know what I'm saying? For three, it ain't no honor amongst niggas no more. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas will tell quick. Police will press a motherfucker real quick. You know what I'm saying? And they'll tell quick. And now they're making it to where they're telling them. And they eyes kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know they lane for me to speak too much on it, but it ain't for what I found. I mean,
you're right. I'm with you. I'm with you.
You know,
I'm with you on that.
So, you know, shit is just different, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit is different. You got women out here getting more money than niggas, so they acting like niggas. You know what I'm saying? You got niggas acting like females and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just weird these days, bro. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, okay, let me just stick in my lane and just fuck with my code followers that fuck with me and the people that enjoy what I do, as well as I can enlighten one or two people, you know what I'm saying? That shit you doing bullshit need to get over here with us G's, and you're gonna end up, only thing gonna happen to you, you're gonna get better and you're gonna get grayer.
Right. Right.
Every gray string on my skin, so I'll never dye it or none of that type of shit. You know what I mean? I earned five, you know what I mean?
I get it.
Yes, indeed.
Let's move on to Menace to Society. Menace to Society comes out. I think MC Eiht get the lead track, Straight Up Menace. You follow what I'm saying? Was you around for that situation? What can you speak on about that? You feel me? What was the movie set? The success of the song? Like what?
I was around. The same shit happened, man. You know, straddling. I played a part in the movie where we do the drive by on Kane, and that's me driving that green car, and we're like, hey homie, we're gonna go peel these things cap back. Ooh, that, you know what I'm saying? That's me driving.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I ain't know that. All right.
Boom Bam in the back seat with the blue rag on it. You know what I'm saying? That's Boom Bam. That's me driving. Shout out to the homie Caffeine. That's Caffeine on that part. Okay. But I was there for that. I was there for a lot of scenes in the movie. I hung out, you know, met out all the cast, you know what I mean? Hung out, became friends with Tyra Turner and, you know, all these people, you know what I'm saying? Jada Pinkett, you know, Clifton Powell, you know what I'm saying? You know, I hung out, you know what I mean? I hung with Reg Tate, you know what I mean? You know, because I'll be up there with Eiht just hanging out. And, you know, I sunk that part, you know what I mean? Right after that, man, I got gaffled again. You know what I mean? So I wasn't there for the video. You know, I got out. You know, right when I got out, we went on tour. You know, I enjoyed the tour before it was being a part of the record. You know what I mean? Once again. You know what I mean?
Streets. Yeah. Streets. Yeah. All right, now, MC Eiht started a group called Niggas on the Run, which you was a part of. How did that formulate? Was that supposed to be like a spin-off of Compton's Most Wanted? Like what was he going with that right there?
It definitely was a spin-off of Compton's Most Wanted, and I got to get that up to, you know, me getting myself in trouble like that. You know, and Eiht wanting the homies with me. You know what I mean? I was in there and I talked to him on the phone. He said, "Man, I'm gonna do a project called NOTR." I'm like, "What's that?" Like, Niggas on the Run. You know, once again, those letters. He said, "We gonna put Boom Bam in." I'm like, "Bam from the hood?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Bam be rapping?" Like, "Yeah." And then there was another homie too, Lil Rock. You know what I mean? And I said, "Yeah." He said, "We're gonna make them NOTR. They're gonna be like Compton's Most Wanted. Until we get home, you know what I mean? And we're gonna get back on our CMW and we got NOTR." I'm like, "Oh." So by the time I got home, they did a couple of things, probably like one or two songs, you know, slip. And it wasn't working out with Eiht and Lil Rock. You know, we homies from the same hood and all that. But, you know, the streets got in between that. Or whatever happened, they just wasn't seeing Rock, he really didn't want to do it. Well, Bam wanted to do it. So for me to have something to do and fall back under the CMW umbrella, it's still CMW. It's still CMW. It's we just bringing Boom Bam in, you know what I mean? And I made him my rap partner. And Eiht was like the homie because he had, you know, solo records at the point. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, let me start over. NOTR, but we still CMW. So we worked on the whole project, ended up getting a deal with Atlantic Records, and man, we was gonna put that out. And, Eiht and Slip fell out about some shit. Company, they shelved the record and it never came out. That's a definitely classic.
Oh damn.
West Coast Mar edition that never ever seen that light of day.
All right, now what I didn't know.
It's a couple of jams floating around on YouTube. You know, that ain't it. This album was gonna be phenomenal. You gotta think this is like around the time when Junior Mafia came out. We were signed to the same label, Atlantic Big B. Matter of fact, our album would have came out the same time as theirs. So that whole era in music was crazy, you know what I mean? And we was set to be part of that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Hey, now what I didn't know, man, was that you do producing also. I didn't know that until I did my research, man. You feel me? And not no little boy shit, man. You got some credentials out here. I read it say you produced for 213 with Snoop, Nate, and Warren G. Was that for that album called Cali is Active?
Nah, it was on 3 The Hard Way. Cali is Active. I think that's the dog pound.
Okay, 3 The Hard. Okay.
Like I said, I needed something to do when I came home. You know what I mean? Eiht already had the ball rolling with the group. You know, that was a promise to both of us that we gonna keep the group rolling. You know, and then he started doing his own thing. You know, We Come Scrap featuring CMW. You know what I mean? That's when it turned into that on the We Come Scrap project. And I just came home and I just wanted a lane of my own, just like he developed a lane of his own.
Right.
So I picked up the trade of, what I learned back in my day, beatbox, playing drums, and you know what I mean? Like, let me start doing beats. You know what I mean? So shout out to my homie Wade. My homie Wade, he left his drum machine at my house because he couldn't bang on it at his house. Mom's wasn't going for it, but I could get down at my house, and I just learned it. You know what I mean? From top to bottom, the MPC 60, I learned it. And a W rolling 30, MIDI them up. I just learned it. I sit in there day in and day out. And Ren, shout out to Ren again, double back Ren again, like he used to come and listen to me, spit these rhymes I wrote on the porch. He used to come to the house like, man, that beat hard, man. Keep doing beats. You know what I'm saying? And then I had one that was so dope. He wanted to use for his last project over at Ruthless, the Ruthless for Life album. I produced a song called Shot Call. That was my first time putting a beat out that was professional. You know what I'm saying? And I rapped on it with him. I mean, but that was something outside of competition to show me that I could do something outside of competition more than jump in my own lane. So I started taking it a little bit more serious. And then Hut, Code 187,
right,
from Brother Law, they used to come to the house. And I'm in there banging out, and I'm like, man, that's hard. Let me listen to that beat. So I'm using it on the Executive Decisions album. And then Rich Thug. So now I got MC Ren and a Brother Law under my coattail, under my beat. Now I'm like, okay, this is probably a lane for me. You know what I mean? My own shit. I end up doing something for Cocaine, which struck me and Cat hanging out more. Me and Battle Cat. Shout out to Battle Cat. He like, man, come on, we finna go up here and rock with Snoopy, which I went to school with Snoop. You know what I mean? So we already friends anyway. You know what I mean? I shot up there, play some beats for him and Warren and Nate. Skills over it. You know what I'm saying? That 213 project, and me and Cat worked on one together. A song called Ups and Downs. That's on 213 project as well. And from there, man, I got the Red Man shit, Red Gone Wild album. So I did some shit for J.O. Felony. I ended up producing the whole Veterans Day project. From there, man, it was like taking serious time. Like I started getting so much work, I couldn't even call myself nothing but a producer. Like the COMPTON'S Most Wanted was in the background. You know what I mean? I just started producing. And I done did so much shit to today. I probably guaranteed I done did more producing than records and records and all that shit.
Which one you like the best? Which one you like the best? Rapping or producing? Which one? We all artists
Both
at
of them,
heart. You feel me?
yeah, both of them. I think both of them share the same get down with me because I you know, a voice rapping. You know what I'm saying? It's just using your voice as an instrument. So I like, you know, I record myself, I master the record. You know what I mean? The whole nine, make the beat, play all the instruments, all of that. You know what I mean? So I'm using a voice as an instrument. You know what I mean? I do a beat, I'm like, oh, okay, I need a tone like this. Like a beat I might give Q probably don't sound good on a beat that I get Eiht. Like Eiht voice on a Q beat, or you know, Snoop voice on a DJ Quick beat. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, I try to mix and match. You know what I'm saying? What tones will go with what? Because you're using the voice as an instrument. You know what I mean? So I would say producing, man. I would say producing, but both of them neck and neck.
Okay, the group album.
So first generation.
So the group
generation
with Corrupt, with who's this? Corrupt, J.O. Felony, King T, MC Eiht. They had production from Battle Cat and Sir Jinx. How did that whole situation come together?
That was a situation, me and Gangster was at my studio, and we just wanted to do something big. You know what I mean? Something that just be the wow factor. You know what I mean? Like, what can we do to shake motherfuckers up? You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was like, man, we need to do a group with like me, you know, King T, J.O. Felony. You know what I mean? So I got on the phone and I had called Steeler, King T, and he was like, that's a hard ass idea. I'm down. Let's do it. He said, who else we gonna put in it? I'm like, I'm just sitting here thinking, mind melting. Who gonna gel together like that? So Eiht had called and I was telling him what I was doing, and he was like, that's hard. He said, I'm in. Let's do it. So now we got 18 T, me and Gangsta in the group. I called J.O. Felony. I mean, that's my bro. You know what I'm saying? And he said, nigga, I'm in. You know what I'm saying? Boom. So we got all us in the group, and it just grew. I just happened to be talking to Corrupt about it. You know what I mean? And he like, fuck that. I'm in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, Corrupt, he want to get out too. You know, and then I'm like, okay, we got all the headhunters for the bars from all levels. You know what I mean? Now, who gonna help me with this production? You know what I mean? So I called Battle Cat. He like, oh, that's hard. I'm in. He said, we need some help though. I said, exactly. I said, I'm finna call Jinx. And I called Jinx. Because it had to be first generation of everybody's situation. You know, me, Eiht, King T, and then you go to Dogtown and J.O. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, then you go to Gangsta. You know what I'm saying? So it had to be me, Sir Jinx, and Battle Cat. You know what I mean? Handling the production. And with that much power, we all had to be present for it to flourish. You know what I mean? We did a couple of shows and the shit was so powerful. I'm talking about like heavy metal, rock and roll power. Like people was just ecstatic to see it. It was a wow factor. I got all of this on one stage, on one song, you know what I mean? And it was timing for that, you know what I mean? But what sunk it was we all couldn't stay out of jail at the same time. I think Gangsta went to jail, got out. King T went, got out. J.O., he went. Before he got out, I went. Then he got out, now I'm still going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I'm the one with the masters, you know what I mean? So, you know, that was the problem with it. You know what I mean? It was too, I think Dr. Dre had took the kite down. He was like, man, why y'all doing it with all them niggas? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit finna be hard, but that's a whole lot of responsibility. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just wanted to show him, if not anybody else, that nigga, this could be done. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be hard. You know what I mean? So, you know, shout out to my bandmates, man, first generation. You know what I mean? We put out once we all came, you know, was at home, we put out an EP, you know, of some of those songs. You know, it's called Raptor. It's out right now. Me and Corrupt put it out.
What's it called? What's it called again? What's it called?
It's called Rapture. It's a whole EP.
Okay. All right.
You know, we got a couple of videos out there too. You know what I mean? So make sure everybody go check that out.
Another group, man. Dirty OGs. You, Corrupt, Trey D, Weasel Lope, and Cocaine. I'm a big Trey D fan. I love Trey D's delivery, his music. I love Trey D shit, bro. How did that come together, man?
I think it's not a spin-off from First Generation, but I think it was that feeling or that inspiration from that we want to do it again, but this time with less responsibility. This was actually Weasel Lope's story. You know what I mean? Trady had came home a year before I did. We had to burn our phones. We talking. You know what I mean? And he like, nigga, get home so we could do this group. At that time, I was like, man, I'm just gonna go full-fledged production. You know what I mean? But when I came home, I was at Corrupt Dad's concert like 3 days later. They like, nigga, we sticking your ass in the studio and you can't leave. You niggas literally locked me in the studio. And I was like, watch what come up out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And what came out was the Dirty OG. You know what I mean? They was already working on like 2, 3 songs, and I just came in and just finished it. You know what I mean? You know, they busting, we sharking on each other, you know what I mean? On each other's heads. And we friends too, you know what I mean? So it was a no-brainer.
They made the chemistry, they made the chemistry better. They made the chemistry a lot better.
Yeah. So, you know, but once again, that's power. You know what I mean? So you get at these promoters, you know, and they like, man, we want Dirty OG to come rock. Pick them up, get, you know, anywhere between $4,500 and $10,000 to do We Can Freak It by itself. Same thing with Straight E to do I Love It or G'd Up. Same thing with me to go do the Duck or Going Up in the Hood. You know what I mean? Weasel, he has a couple of jams out there, clipping and pimping and all of that. You know, so he gonna want his money too. But we couldn't find nobody to accommodate that power. You know what I mean? And it didn't sink the group because we still dirty. Cocaine got it tatted on his hands, big as day, Dirty OG. That's for life. You know what I mean? We have a car club now, Dirty OG's car club. Weasel Loco at the car club in press. You know, we got a gang of clean cars, you know, in LA, you know, Pomona and Compton and everywhere, you know what I'm saying? You know, we got the weed strands, you know what I mean? I got Pineapple Chill. Weasel got Loco Sticks. Corrupt got Moon Rocks, you know what I mean? Brady got Sun Rocks. You know what I mean? Cocaine still wiggling. You know what I mean? On this Buddy Boy tip, we all have our own separate entities. But when we form Voltron, we know that's the power right there. You know what I mean? So maybe it'll be another Dirty OG project, maybe not. But I know we gonna be forever dirty.
Okay, now when it comes to you, your albums, The Wind Chill Factor, Chillifornia, Chill Instrumental, Forward 80, Forehead. All these are chill albums. Which one is your favorite and why?
I don't think I have a favorite because they all have their own special moment. You know what I mean? I think I see the growth, you know, from my first solo project, Wind Chill Factor, to now, Ultimate Gangster Shit. You know what I mean? It's a total and big difference production-wise as well as my flows. I think I'm more comfortable with being a solo artist as I was back then. But if I have to say that one that stick out to me, it would have to be Forehead and it would have to be Elephant. You know what I mean? I was really in a good space doing those projects mentally. You know what I mean? I put in work with those projects. Everything else had its own depression or moments with it. You know what I mean? Forward 80, that's the time I did. You know what I mean? 4 years, 80% of 4 years.
Okay,
you know
all right.
So,
okay. I was wondering where that title came from. All right, I guess.
Yeah. So I did the Forward 80 project, just jumping back on the court, seeing if I could do something, but I had to pour out my expression. Not saying that it was a jail record, but this time I was gone. That's what it stands for. You know what I mean?
Right.
Forehead, like that album started off, you know, it was a dedication to my kids, to be honest. I was sitting up with them all, and I was like, man, all y'all got some big ass foreheads. You know what I mean? And, you know, we clown about it. You know what I mean? I'm like, even if y'all got different mamas, y'all got y'all daddy forehead. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm going to call this album Forehead. Like, not forehead, forehead.
Oh, yeah,
you know
I see that.
You know, the homie started telling me how I should look. You know, shout out to my boy Epidemic, that's who do my artwork. He was like, it needs to be a skull with a bullet shot in their head. You know, because I sent him the music, and he's like, this is the theme for it. You know, And we put in work with that record, you know what I'm saying? Video wise, shout out to my homie Ray, you know, Westlife, you know what I mean? That's who on my videos. And that's my brother too, you know what I mean? He was like shooting the videos like it needs to look like this, you know, this is right when the pandemic hit, you know what I mean? So you look at the Lost video song I got with MC Ren. Ren ain't on the video, it's the G and Ray doing a social distance video, you know what I mean? And that's Lost. But it still looked like the theme to Bohi. You know what I mean? You know, shout out to Yuck Mouth. He's on that album. I got the hook.
Yuck. Yeah, shout out to Yuck.
He was on the remix. Corrupt was on the original. I got the hook up videos and all that weasel. Yeah, man, that was a special record to me, as well as Elephant was too. You know what I mean? Elephant was. But the one I think the hardest record I had to do, or the most challenging record I had to do, album, was this Ultimate Gangster shit. I was in the middle of a move and all type of shit. You know what I mean? Had shit over here, had shit over. I was questioning myself even if I went to bus again right now. You know what I mean? You know, shout out to my bros. You know what I mean? They pick me up like, dog, you gotta. This is your outlet right here. You gotta keep going. You know what I mean? And I'll do a couple of songs, put that shit up. Do a couple of songs, put that shit up. And once I got my feet planted again, I went in. You know what I mean? And it became what it is. You know what I mean? Another classic out of Chill.
So Ultimate Gangster shit, that's the newest album from the Chill, which is out right now. What are the features that are on the album right there? And the features on there?
I got me. I got all my friends, man. I got me. I got Cocaine on that thing. I got Corrupt. I got Eiht. You know what I mean? These are all my bros. You know what I mean? I got 187 again. You know what I mean? For my brother-in-law. I got JD on there. You know what I mean? I got Squeak Roo. I got Glasses Malone. I got Kid Frost. I got Daz. You know what I mean? I got Young Hump. You know what I'm saying? My boy Reason. You know what I mean? I got some of my other little young homies, Potluck and Don Knox. You know what I'm saying? It's me on production. It's my homie Di Lansky on production. It's man, you know, it's just a gumbo, man. Of all my friends, man. If I'm missing somebody, I apologize, but it's just a gumbo of all my friends. You know what I mean? That helped me stand on my legs to get this done. You know what I mean? Like, dude, life can switch for you, life can change for you, but this is who you are. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we gonna help you do this, even if you don't want it. We gonna help you do this. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, like, you know, really like kind of tripped out. You know what I'm saying? My homie Shane, you know what I'm saying? He laced me with some jams. You know what I mean? Smack and All Black, and he put the hooks on there for me. And he's like, man, let's rock. You gotta rock. That inspired me to bust the way I bust on there. So, yeah, this is probably the most special record I did because it was so hard to do.
Okay. Again, that's the new album from the Chill, Ultimate Gangster shit, available on all platforms. So go Google that shit, go to Spotify, all this shit, Apple Music, Ultimate Gangster shit from the Chill right there. You feel me? So you make sure y'all go check that out.
Right now. Shout out to my two sons on Pipe Down, DJ and Cinco 500. My killers, I gotta say them. I mean, they're my real two sons on there too.
Gotcha. So I got something I got to do with you before we get out of here. I got to do this thing with you. We're going to wrap it up after this. It's called the Pick One Challenge. I'm going to name two things, and you pick one. You follow what I'm saying? So,
all right.
You ready for this? You ready? All right, first one.
Yeah.
Menace To Society or Boyz N Da Hood?
Menace To Society.
Juice or New Jack City?
Damn, that's a good one. But I'm going to go with, Juice.
Juice. All right. Lynch Mob or Above the Law?
Whoa. That's my family. I can't pick both?
Nah. You can pass, though.
I was there for a lot of shit. And I was there for a lot of gangster shit out of those both groups. I can't even answer that one.
Okay, I got respect. I can respect that.
Yeah.
All right. Ice Cube or Snoop Dogg?
Cube.
MC Eiht or Queen Latifah?
You said Light or Queen Latifah? That's a good one too. But I'm gonna go with the Queen.
Queen. JJ Fad or Salt and Pepper?
Oh man, I'm from the West Coast, man. Shama Lama, Juma Lama, Jima Lama. You know what I'm saying? JJ Fad.
JJ. I know the answer to this, but in a Death Row or Bad Boy?
Death Row.
Ghetto Boys or UGK? Yeah.
That's hard. That's bodyguard hard.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with the Trigger Happy Ghetto Boys.
Ghetto Boys. All right.
Trigger Happy.
Scarface or Jada Kiss?
That don't even matter.
Lyricist.
Lyrical, I'm gonna say Jada.
All right.
Status, I'm gonna say Face.
Gotcha. Eazy-E or Dr. Dre?
As
However you want to say it. Impact, West Coast Pioneer, whatever you want to go with that.
Easy E, right. He started this shit. Wouldn't be no Dre without E. You gotta go with Easy E.
Roscoe's or Fat Burger?
Roscoe's, hands down.
Cash Money or No Limit?
That's a good one too. That is a damn good one. But I'm gonna go with Master P.
Oh, all right.
No Limit.
No Limit. Last one. Tupac or DMX?
Pac.
Out
the DMX, my guy, you know what I'm saying? But I got to go Tupac list.
Gotcha. That was a pick one challenge right there. So before we get out here, chill, let everybody know, man, give me social media platform, your Facebook, your IG, your YouTube channel, where they can look you up and all that stuff, man. Get that to them right quick.
Man, everything to chill. You know what I mean? Hit me on IG. It's the one with the real blue check. CHA, CHILL, CMW. Same thing with the Facebook, the Chill CMW, and you know, go get that elephant. You know what I mean? Boom Docs Productions. That's my YouTube channel. Thechill.com. That's my website. Log in. I got concert dates. I got merch. I got music. I got videos. I got, you know, a whole lot of information about my brand. Slide through, check me out. That's thechill.com, or just go on IG and hit the link in my bio, man. It's gonna take you to everything. The albums, the stuff I produce, business, booking, as well as, you know, just say what's up. You know what I'm saying? I speak to people. I say what's happening.
Right. Okay, man, I appreciate you tuning in. That was the Chill from the COMPTON'S Most Wanted, man. Y'all heard his information. Y'all go follow him, stay up with him. New album available right now, Ultimate Gangsta Shit. So make sure y'all go check that out. This is your boy Maal The Pimp, aka MTP. Go to my website, www.maalthepimp.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @MaalThePimp. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is called Pimpoholic TV. And we out of here. Deuces.